But yeah, really, just in a broad way, just it's just meant to ask you, in your experience or opinion, why people tend to commit crime, and it try to keep it relatively brief, but you know.
So whichever so whichever one is correct is defined by that society. So whatever fits best with the beliefs of that people is going to be the one that's culturally considered correct, and that those decisions are kind of based more off of whether people assign that label to it or not. And crime also, like the establishment of what crime is, it also not only has to do with those norms, but a judgment, moral or otherwise, about which people that are involved in a specific action deserve to be punished for it, whether it's through the action itself or through the legal system. Like, my area of expertise is sex work legislation. So most of the United States operates on criminalization. There are other places where, in an effort to try to make it better for the sex worker, because it's out of an understanding for the economic need that that's usually driven by, what people try to do to make it better is adopt the Nordic model, which is that the person buying sex is committing a crime, but the person selling it is not. Or there's situations like New Zealand, where it's completely decriminalized. Nobody involved in it is committing a crime, and none of them can be punished by the legal system for it. The option that gives the sex workers themselves the most personal safety and most ability to call upon law enforcement when it's needed because they've been harmed is decriminalization. And instead, the Nordic model, which is coming from a place of wanting to do the same thing, actually makes it more dangerous for workers because it makes it harder to screen clients and actually make sure the person you're meeting is safe, because that person is still committing a crime. So this system of criminalizing that transaction as a whole creates a system where if you participate in it, you're being punished for it, whether you're actually the criminal under that system itself, or if the other person is, or if you both are. So a culture that thinks that criminalization or the Nordic model is correct still inherently is saying, through that legal model, that they believe sex work, the purchasing and selling, is something that should receive a social punishment, whereas the New Zealand model kind of places it on that amoral spectrum of, I don't care why you're doing this, I just don't want you to get hurt.